gonna show you how to make chicken pho. It's one of the most simple form of pho that you can cook. It takes about an hour and 45 minutes. That's including the prepping times. I love chicken pho because it's basically almost a one-pot soup. So you can get the broth out from the chicken and the meat from the chicken as well, so you don't have to cook multiple things. So first thing first, you have to brine the chicken for 30 minutes. So just fill a bowl with water and make sure it's covered your chicken. And I'm gonna put about 3 tablespoons of salt. About 3 or 4. Salt. Okay. And just let your chicken rest for 30 minutes. So the chicken pho part flavor comes from a lot of ingredients, and one of them is onions. So you want to have a nice sweet onions or red onions. And cut it in half this way. And 2 shallots. Also cut it in half. It's like I didn't know how to make this, but once I figured out how to do it. It's really hard for me to eat at restaurant anymore. Cause they just like, it's good, but it's just like not quite there. So we have here onions, shallot, ginger, orange peel. This is Saigon Cinnamon. If you cannot find Saigon Cinnamon, you can also just use regular cinnamon. And about 4 star anise and 3 black cardamom. Make sure you get the black one and not the green one. Spray your skillet to make sure that the stuff you're toasting not gonna burn and destroy your pan. And we're gonna toast onion and shallot. And ginger. You can also do this in the oven. Just put everything in the baking tray and put this on 400 for about 10 minutes and make sure that you flip them so that they brown evenly. But I like doing it on the skillet because I think it tastes better when I do it on the skillet. So you want to roast the onions and the shallot until it's nicely brown and it's like oozing with the juice inside. And that's when you know that it's good. And I'm just gonna take them out and put them aside. So I'll take them out. And I'll put orange peel in there. Also cinnamon, cardamom, and star anise. The cinnamon, star anise, and cardamom, they don't need a lot, so just like a few seconds and you can take them out. The orange peel. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna remove the chicken skin and we're gonna deep fry it later and put it on top of the pho. And believe me, it tastes so good. The best way to do it is with a sharp kitchen scissors. I have that too messed up since like I learned English when I was a child, and it's still doing that. And that's not even like language skill, it's just like the 2 words are similar and you can keep doing it. So pho is traditionally it's a breakfast food because we like big hearty breakfast in Vietnam. So when I moved over here and I had pho for lunch for the first time, I felt like that was like the weirdest experience I ever had. It felt wrong. It felt like I was out of time because I only had this for like either breakfast or very late night. It's gonna look a little gross after I remove the skin. The chicken gonna look very, very naked. So my challenge is to take the whole skin out in one piece. And we'll see if I can do it. Ew, I think this is the butt. This had yellow stuff in it. Which I can only assume what it is. I'm gonna cut it out. We don't need it. My grandma actually liked eating the butt. I don't know. I only remember like we always saved it for her because she likes it. So I like the neck. And so they always saved the neck for me. My grandma would be like, nobody eat that, it's for me, you know. Oh. Look at that skin. So after I cut the chicken skin into smaller pieces, I'll add a teaspoon of olive oil and all the dry ingredients. And then I'll mix it all together. So we're gonna wait for this to boil, which should be any minute now. And we put everything in. Okay, I'm gonna add onions, orange peel, the Szechuan, ginger. I'll add everything in here. And then chicken. So we add all the ingredients in here, the one that we toasted, and the chicken, and make sure there's enough water to cover the chicken. And then I'm gonna add a third cup of fish sauce and 2 tablespoons of salt in it, and also rock sugar. Let me get rock sugar. And now add 2 or 3 pieces of rock sugar. You can adjust it after it's cooked too, so less is more. Now that the chicken is cooked, I'm gonna get it out and put it directly into an ice bath. The reason why we are doing this is it's gonna keep the chicken from overcooking so that the meat inside is juicy and tender for you. Okay, now turn the temperature down. Get this baby out. Whoop. There we go. And we will cover this and cook it for another 30 minutes. While we're waiting for the broth to cook some more, I'm gonna start frying the chicken skin. So pho is actually a breakfast food, and people don't cook it. They actually just go to the restaurant and get it. So people who actually cook them, the one who own the restaurants, and they have to get up really early or even have to prepare the night before. But it's not something that you would commonly cook at home. Sometimes people can do it at weekends, but I didn't know how to cook pho until I came here. And everybody, when they first met me and asked, oh, you're Vietnamese, so you know how to cook this. I was like, no, nobody does that. But now I do, and I'm showing it to you. If you want to test if your oil is hot enough, you can put your chopstick in the oil, and if it's bubbling around the chopstick, it means it's hot enough. Take it out now. Once you get the chicken now from the ice bath, you can either shred it or cut it. And from my experience, shred the meat tastes better. The texture is quite important to me. But if you don't want to shred it, you can cut it as well. If your chicken cooked right, the bones should just fall apart. And it's really easy to get the meat out. I also like to separate the dark meat from the white meat, because some people prefer one over the other. So in Vietnam, people actually prefer dark meat more. And I know that in America, most people prefer white meat. But for me, chicken pho is good with both. Now we will assemble the herbs and vegetables for garnishing. And these are called culantro, not to be confused with cilantro. And it's the herbs that actually remind me of pho the most. Actually, these are a little bit too long, so I'm gonna cut. Next, I have Thai basil. Okay, and then I have some bean sprout. Some butter chili. I'm gonna cut my lamb here. Okay. Oops. Okay, so here is my garnishing plate that you usually see at restaurants. So before we assemble the pho, I'm gonna show you how to make the sauce. So we're gonna put half Hoisin sauce. And half Siracha. And squeeze a piece of lamb. Okay. And mix it up together. So after you get it to cook for an additional 30 minutes, you can go ahead and get everything out. The best way to do it is using a slotted spoon. So lots of people, when they think of pho, they think of the soup, but actually pho refers to the noodle and not the soup. And since we have so many varieties of rice noodle, we use the name of the noodle to tell them apart. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I blanch the fresh pho noodle. So with the fresh one, you don't really need it for a long time. 6 seconds is all you need. So you're gonna need a noodle strainer, and you're gonna put it directly into boiling water and just count 6 seconds. Okay, there you go. If you cook dry noodles, after you're done, you can blanch it in the broth like I just did too. I put it into this bowl here, and I'm gonna show you how to assemble this. So we have our noodle here. I'm gonna put some chicken in. I love both dark meats and white meats. I'm gonna have both in here. Okay, so we got the chickens onto the bowls, and next I'm gonna add some sweet onions and green onions. I like to add the onions before I add the soup so that it gets cooked a little bit more than the garnish that we have right here. If you like bean sprout, now is the time to add it too. I don't like bean sprout, so I'm not gonna add any. And I'm gonna get ready for the soup now. Ooh, that looks really good. Okay. And here we have our soup. And then I'll put culantro on top. And some Thai basil. And now the fun part, I'm gonna add my crispy fried chicken skin on top. This is gonna be so good. So now the pho is done, and my husband Zen is here to try it with me. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to eat it the Vietnamese way, okay? But first of all, I'm gonna eat a piece of this really crispy chicken. You wanna try it?
Sure.
Ow. That crispy is good. Okay, I'm gonna try this too before I get all mushy in the broth. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. So use your chopstick and put a little bit of noodle into your soup spoon like this. And then you can get your chicken. And so some people put hoisin sauce and sriracha into the bowls. I don't usually do that. I just have it in the separate sauce bowl like this and dip it in there and then put it on top of my rice noodle. And I'm gonna have my little piece of crispy chicken too, because why not, okay? And then this is the cool thing, okay? So you get everything here and you can dip it back into the bowl to get all the broth before you eat it. Yeah, let me try it.
I think I had to do this like 20 times before I got it right first time. Yep. Still can't do it.
You need a bigger spoon.
Yeah. There you go.
You want more noodle?
That's
you want
fine.
a crispy part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too big. There we go.
Oh. So this is how we make chicken pho, but our special way, and it's really easy. You can make it for a weekend for your family. If you want to know where to get the dry ingredients, you can go to my website, and I also in the description I have all the links for all the dry ingredients you can get. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.